Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think Earthbound and everything connected to it is frigging cursed. I love the series to death, but look how long we had to wait for a virtual console version, not to mention we're still on hold for an official release of Mother 3. Even when another developer comes along with the ambition of making an Earthbound-ish game, it either can't hit its funding goal on Kickstarter, or just withers on the vine before it even gets a chance. Needless to say, a lot of people have been waiting a long time for a game like this, but leave it to good old Atlus to see what Citizens of Earth was trying to do through crowdfunding and make some magic happen by publishing it themselves. Was their faith well-founded, and our wait worthwhile? Let's get this out of the way. Your character in this game is the Vice President of Earth. And of course, you're not even a day into office before the entire world starts to turn upside down on you. You need to set things right, but come on, you're a politician. Why get your own hands dirty? You command other people to fight for you in any given situation, and there are a lot of people you'll meet that are willing to fight for you. Each one has their own personality, combat style, and unique out-of-combat skills, so there's an incentive to hunt down every single one. Even if you play favorites, they all grow at an even keel stat-wise, meaning you could take the party you formed at the beginning of the game all the way to the final boss without ever swapping out a single person. However, partnering up certain members over others might be more beneficial in the long haul, because just by being there when another party member levels up, they will offer that person an extra point in a specific stat, leading to some interesting dynamics in team composition. It's almost like a puzzle in itself, trying to construct a party that not only complements each other from battle to battle, but also provides the best bonuses for each other over the course of the entire journey. Despite all this though, it's their unique skills that are what really make your party members shine. Each one offers you an extremely convenient power, such as your brother's ability to order items through the postal service, the school mascot's ability to alter the game's difficulty on the fly, and so on. This game truly gets better the bigger your phone book becomes, so scour every nook and cranny for these guys and the solutions to their various problems. Of course, the places you'll visit during this process are teeming with foe as well as friend. And yes, this is a turn-based combat game. I know some of you just immediately closed the video as soon as I said that. That's fine, it's a matter of personal preference. But to be fair, Citizens of Earth doesn't play things entirely by the book. For one, the concept of magic points is replaced by energy. Every party member can generate energy for themselves, and they can stock up to 3 units of it to spend on their more powerful skills. It's an extremely limited resource, making it essential to master the act of managing it properly in long or difficult battles. It also boils down the numbers you have to keep track of, making the variables involved in the act of staying alive a lot easier to wrap your head around. Speaking of staying alive, remember how I said you can alter the difficulty whenever you want to? This is a fantastic tool for any RPG to have, especially turn-based, and is largely why Citizens of Earth feels so satisfying to play. Not only does it mitigate the tedium usually associated with grinding through areas until you get to something new, but it means that whether your party is struggling profusely or not even breaking a sweat, you'll be able to dynamically set the enemies around you to a challenge level you feel is appropriate. Now, of course, you do get bonuses for playing on higher difficulties, but bear in mind, even one tick on that bar in either direction is a significant change. Mark my words, you will be hurting if you ramp things up too early, and likewise, you will be snoring if you bump them down when you don't actually need to. Now let's talk production values for a second, because they're kind of a unique case in this one. Every character is voiced in some way, but the VP himself is the only one who has a full, proper voiceover for every line. It didn't bug me, but if you think it's a little silly when you hear one character give a dramatic speech and all his allies respond with grunts and canned phrases, I wouldn't blame you. There's also a very, for lack of a better term, American aesthetic going on here, which you have to understand is completely intentional. When the place you buy your healing items from is called Moonbucks, and your party members consist of reporters, bakers, and even your own mother, you quickly start to realize exactly what kind of game this is. Some of the earliest enemies you'll fight include telephons, computer viruses, and political protesters. Your first mission is to save the local town from aliens that are mind-controlling the populace with coffee. I'm not saying all of this game's jokes hit home, far from it, but the more willing you are to laugh at the, let's face it, often ridiculous culture we Yankees have built up around ourselves, the more you're going to get out of this writing. The only thing it's missing is a Bruce Springsteen parody, and I'm pretty sure the only reason I haven't seen one is because I'm not far enough in the game yet.
Thanks for springing me, Chief. Now, let's take this to the streets and spread the word.
Whoa there, Turbo. Why don't we play a game, shall we? The first person to create a mass panic loses, all right?
I have a feeling I'm not gonna do well at this game.
I'm pretty satisfied with Citizens of Earth. It's a solid and lighthearted RPG with some very smart mechanics and a great sense of humor. Despite this, it can feel like it's dragging sometimes, especially once you start hearing characters say the same lines again and again and again, but look at it this way. I guarantee you it's the best Earthbound game you're going to play for a long time. And I, for one, am gonna take my victories where I can get them.